Hey everybody, and welcome back to My Liege. Now, it is a very dark time for House Geek. I, Lord Geek, have been assassinated, probably by one of the other noble houses. My 11-year-old son now leads House Geek. And there is a rebellion going on. House Stock, who we accused of my assassination, has openly revolted against the High Lord of the Valley. So, yeah, things are a little tense right now. So let's jump back in with Act 4, A Valley in Peril. All right, so emergency construction trade dilemma, spelled wrong. We'll start with emergency construction. With thy neighbor in open rebellion, Charles Keep and Master-at-Arms Marden Smith meet with you. My lord, our soldiers are brave, yet we are woefully unprepared to share a border with an enemy house openly at war with our high lord. I fear if House Stock strikes us, we will suffer losses. My lord, I has workers at the ready to set aside their task and rapidly build defenses to help our Master-at-Arms. Just say the word. All right, so we can build watchtowers on the roads entering our lands, fortify the main road connecting us to Crest Hall, or expand on Geekden's defenses. I think the most important thing right now is to expand on our defenses so that we can withstand an assault. We shall make walls and palisades with haste. The town must be kept safe. All right, let's see what's going on with the trade. As you make your way through the market, merchants and townfolks cast worried glances. At the end of the square, a gathering of merchants are in heated discussion, led by Steward Glayman. The merchants are gathered to discuss our trade with Stockholm. They may be in rebellion, but no official decree has been made forbidding trade. We need the Stockholm markets! I sell all my flour there! They murdered thy lord! How dare you think of trading with them? And you see, that's one of the things I really love about this game. There are no easy answers. I can see both points of view. But the truth of the matter is, they killed me. We're not going to trade with them. Now, I'm sure that's going to create an issue with some of the merchants. But, we've always tried to be honorable in our approach to the game. So, trading with the people who are trying to destroy our house is probably not the honorable thing to do. The merchants grumble, but some nod in reluctant agreement. Tension lingers. Yeah. As this drags on, this could become a real issue. Okay. Cut off. Uh-oh, that sounds ominous. What's going on? Whilst meeting with advisors, a messenger brings a sealed scroll to your steward. The seal, unbroken, is the colors of House Stock. House Stock has barred passage through the gates of the valley for everybody loyal to the High Lord. No merchants, no travelers, none shall pass. They are the only ones permitted to trade with the kingdom at large. So it begins. Their game is one of patience. Cut off the valley from the rest of the kingdom, slowly trying to starve us out whilst they grow richer. They want us to slowly suffer without our farming and without the kingdom's help. Should we run low on supplies, the small folk will care not why. Make no mistake, they have declared war on the valley, even if they have not raised a single sword yet. This is just the first move. Yeah, I mean, people don't fight so well on an empty stomach. And this could become a real issue for us, because our food stores are not where they need to be. They're kind of low. High Lord's orders. Sir Godfrey Malister arrives midday with his retinue, resplendent in their gear to help remind the valley who is truly in charge. House Geek, 'tis good to see thee again. I hath orders from the High Lord to pass along. This rebellion is unprecedented, and yet the High Lord is clear on one thing: no unprovoked attacks. Lord Stock holds the High Lord's heir captive in a case of unfortunate timing. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. We cannot risk his life. House Carlbridge and House Marcave are commanded to mobilize guards to the main road to secure safe passage between the 4 loyal kingdoms. We cannot afford to let them cut us off from each other. All right, so... And House Geek, the High Lord knows your lands are the closest and most at risk should they grow bolder. Your orders are simple. Defend yourself and do not let them weaken you. The time for larger action will come, but now patience and survival are paramount. Well, this is going to create some interesting tension between the lesser lords like myself. The town is abuzz with gossip of the rebellion. Cut off from the kingdom! High Lord turns overseas for food and supplies. Can thou believe the capital now buys food from across the sea? I wonder what it tastes like. This is an outrage! I cannot make money selling anywhere near Stockholm, for they be taxing my goods! 'Tis extortion! Okay, well, at least we know the High Lord is taking action to secure us food sources, because that's my biggest concern right now. My lord, the town defenses have been expanded to better secure Geekton. Pray that they are not needed, yet if the enemy chooses to invade, the small folk can hide behind the walls till help arrives. Okay. So, the other kingdoms are guarding the roads. We have shored up Geekton's defenses. I feel like we're moving in the right direction, taking the smart steps. The Master-at-Arms greets you, ready to discuss deployment of the guard. The rebel stock may be waging war with words, yet we must stand ready to not be caught unawares should they escalate to swords. I have additional guards for assignment, yet 3 places they would serve well for thee to pick from. They could bolster the city guard, patrol the woods between us and the rebels, or guard the southern road leading to the gate of the valley. Where do you want them positioned? Reinforce the city guard. Yeah, I don't want to turn my kingdom into a police state. That's not going to inspire confidence. Patrol the southern woods. That's probably the best choice. Make sure they're not sneaking through onto our lands. Yeah, because protecting the southern road would probably lead to a confrontation, which we've specifically been asked not to do. But patrolling our own borders, I think that's the right path to pick there. Oh, and we have maxed out our military and gotten an achievement. Slow war plots. Having been given the simple order to defend yourself and not allow house stock to weaken thee, your advisors meet to discuss strategies. We have worked hard to get where we are. Now is the time to use our resources to make moves to stead ourselves from stock machinations. We may not be able to spill blood, yet whispers and subterfuge are still available to us, my lord. We should consider all options available to us. Thy house is in good shape. We have sufficient resources and can afford to take on 2 new ventures by mine estimates. What should we commit to first? Okay. Increase food, boost trade, pay town criers to spread propaganda, pay bandit groups. Okay, no, we're going to go with food production. That is our weakest area right now. And we have plenty of money. So let's go with this one. And, no. Let's go with that. That's our first choice. Consider it done. We shall hire additional hands immediately. What else, my lord? Should we try and attract defectors? I don't think so. I think we're going to hire additional merchants to boost trade. We will keep the flow of supplies moving, my lord. You know, and that's one of the things a lot of people don't really understand. Wars are really won by logistics. The side with the best supply lines tends to win. So I think that's where we're going to focus our attention. Okay, tested hunting grounds and the Miller's Descent. Yeah, that's going to be our biggest problem probably is dealing with discontent among our own population. Responding to rumored tension, you meet with one of the guards stationed at a hunting cabin to assist in patrolling the southern woods. My lord, there's little to worry of. We have things under control. It be just a rise in misunderstandings with stock hunters and loggers. Misunderstandings? They are frequently attempting to operate in our portion of the woods. They claim ignorance, yet it is evident they are trying to take advantage with the blessings of their liege and nobles. We catch them within an hour of being in our territory and turn them away. Have no worries, they shall not catch us lacking in diligence. Perfect. That's exactly what we were trying to accomplish. We're not starting anything, but we're also making a point that we're not leaving ourselves open and unguarded. Now this is the one that worries me. My lord, the town is growing more restless. The Rivershaw family has been stirring up trouble, claiming the tariffs and blockade by House Stock are bleeding them dry. Rather than blame the rebels, they blame us for blindly following the High Lord, and they wish, for the well-being of their business, to make deals with House Stock. Make peace with those guilty of killing their liege lord? What madness! The Rivershaws should not be taken lightly. They lead the Millers Guild, after all, and while loyal to the house, they are quite influential in Geekton. With the Millers in their pockets, they hold a fair amount of pull with the small folk. The steward's point rings true. The Millers Guild generates the most gold, and likely is the reason House Geek is a major house in the valley. Nevertheless, the guards hath kept peace, and dissent is only whispers at this point. We have been diligent to break up any discussion slandering the High Lord's judgment. It was inevitable. I was worried about this from the start. But this is one of those really tough moral quandaries. You know, I'm not in favor of cracking down on people for voicing their views, but at the same time, we can't let them weaken us from the inside. Stay diligent. We can't allow dissent in times as this. All right, that's what we're going to try. Oh, Stockholm ban? Blood in the Woods, Caravan Palace. What's the Stockholm ban? My lord, we could have assumed this would come. The High Lord has placed an official embargo on trade with House Stock. Well, we already did that. As we already ceased trading with the rebels, I expect this will only affect where the other houses turn to trade. This may yet prove good for us. Blood in the Woods. Uh-oh, did we have a little confrontation? News reaches you quickly of a skirmish that broke out in the southern wood. Amid worries of the Stock forces, thou gather the available guards and hurry to the hunting cabins. You arrive to see the guards in high spirits, despite blood on their weapons and gear. My lord, 'tis a good day indeed! We defeated a bandit group, the Ragged Sons, and sent them running. Pushing through the group, the Master-at-Arms finds their way to you. 'Tis true, my lord, the bandits moved to attack the hunters' camp here. Little did they know that we had multiple patrols in the woods nearby ready to fall upon them. Our soldiers turned the tide, routing them immediately and incurring heavy enemy losses. The Ragged Sons were armed with castle-forged steel and were yelling that no noble orders were worth dying for. This is exactly what I thought. House Stock was trying to arm bandits to attack us so they could fight a war. Yeah, fight a war without fighting the war. That is why we had our guards in the woods, to do just what they did. All right, let's check Caravan Palace. What is... Okay. My lord, it appears that our caravans and traders are as busy as ever. With the kingdom blockaded from us, 'tis surprising, yet there be many extra supplies and goods being delivered to the capital port. The High Lord hath been desperate for carts to move it to the other houses. That's what we do. We have cartloads coming here, of course, yet of more value is our caravanners are transporting wagon loads all throughout the valley. In short order, Geekton may soon be referred to as a caravan palace. Yeah, by increasing our trade, we have more people available to move supplies. This is what I was talking about again. Supply lines win wars. All right. Next week, October 16th, 1352. A desperate plea and defiant demands. Amid a council meeting, the Whisperhead arrives late with their usual shadow-like grace, holding a small and ragged note. My lord, we received word, a plea born on hidden wings. The High Heir, they are desperate and planning something dangerous. The High Heir has been held in hostage in Stockholm since the start of the rebellion. 'Tis the reason the High Lord hath not marched or called banners yet. They beg thee for help, with plans to make their escape within the week, with or wanting of aid. A fool's errand, and a risk. Should it go awry, House Stock will tighten their grip like a noose. We have a chance to save the High Lord's own heir. Forget the gratitude and boon from the High Lord themselves. The rebels will lose their leverage. What if it is a trap, and we are implicated in a failed escape? House Stock would have all the justification they need to march upon Geekton. Look, we are not sending a team to infiltrate Stockholm. We're not doing it. Too many things can go wrong. We could end up getting the High Heir killed and making things worse for everybody. I think the only real option is to sneak a team to the woods near Stockholm. I mean, if he's going to do it, whether or not we help him, then let him do it. This is on him. And if he succeeds, great. If he fails, again, we're not implicated. It sounds a little cruel, but sometimes that's the way things have to be. Defiant demands. Outside in the market square, you are led to a crowd of small folk brimming with energy. At the center stands Alaric Rivershaw, riling up the small folk. How long must we suffer under these tariffs? Our trade in the kingdom is strangled and we are left to starve while the High Lord does nothing. They command us to work twice as hard just so we can send our goods away to the valley, following a High Lord that cares not to pay us what it's his worth. Why should we suffer when we have only to make peace and cut a deal with those in the valley that can help? A hush runs over the crowd as your arrival is recognized. So, our choices are to diffuse the situation with diplomacy, command the guards to disperse the crowd, appeal to the crowd's emotion, or threaten Rivershaw directly. I think diplomacy is probably the way we're going to go. We don't want to use force. That's just going to seem to lend legitimacy to Rivershaw's complaints. We don't want to threaten him directly either, because he's too powerful. We're going to try diplomacy. Alaric, we must not act rashly. I see the miller's strife. Let us return to the keep together and discuss how best to support thee without tearing ourselves apart as House Stock wishes us to. The defiance burns in their eyes, yet even with the surrounding crowd backing their complaints, he knows he can only push so far. Very well, my lord, let us talk and find swift action that can be taken. Discussions are brief. The Millers Guild being promised financial support to weather the storm. All right, so, yeah, I do think that was the right way to address this. They feel heard, they're more likely to rally behind us. The Night Riders. 'Tis been 3 days since House Geek hath had their team stationed on lookout over Stockholm, waiting to assist in extracting the High Heir should they make their escape. Sleep evades you as you try to keep busy through the night rather than anxiously waiting for any news. Instead, you stare at a map, remembering the team's orders. Stay hidden, stay alert, be swift. You are interrupted by the sounds of boots coming down the halls. My lord, we have returned with the heir! Yes! Looking haggard and exhausted, the High Heir enters behind and takes a knee in front of thee. Lord Geek, 'tis a pleasure to see thee. Thou hast my gratitude for answering my call and having these fine escorts waiting for me. I shall ride for the High Lord on the morrow, yet I fear my presence here is a danger to thee. Prepare thy defenses. Thine rash actions may bring danger to everyone before we can lay siege and bring the stocks to heel. Whew, all right. So, we got him. And, yep, next week, call to arms. See, this is it. We don't have anything holding us back now. It took no time at all for word to reach the High Lord. They were at their forward encampment in the Midlands, receiving updates from their spies, no doubt. Greetings. Thank you for thy time. I had direct orders from thy High Lord for you. The cowards held mine heir hostage to stay our armies. Yet Sir Britain has finally free and out of their reach. 'Tis time to call the banners. Every loyal house is to raise their armies. House Marcave shall join mine host, and we shall march on Stockholm from the main road. Carlbridge and Geek shall meet south of Geekton, and take the gate of the valley from the rebels. Together we shall end Stock and reunite this valley. Wow. The time to march has arrived. How many are we going to send to war? Should we raise every able-bodied person or bolster the ranks? Yeah, we've got to leave enough people at home to defend Geekton. We have to. Ooh, I don't know what these mean. I'm not sure what the symbols mean there. That's different. But no, we need to keep some people here to defend Geekdom. Very well, we shall march with a smaller troop. The army will gather in a temporary camp south of town. We must not let our guard down. All right, guys. I think that's where we're going to end this episode of My Liege. The High Lord's heir is free, and we are ready to march to war. If you guys are enjoying My Liege on the channel, hit that like button to let us know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It helps us to grow the channel, and you never miss an episode of content. We'll be back tomorrow with another video for you. Thanks for watching.